Hello, I'm Lou and welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, I am an art channel. I mostly do unboxings of art subscription boxes such as Upgrade and Scrawler Box, and every quarter the Artful Box. On occasion I do product reviews of art materials as well. At the beginning of the year, I mentioned in the Scrawler Blanks sketchbook unboxing video that I wanted to start a sketchbook series where we open up a sketchbook spread and create art by using a prompt jar. If you wanted to go check out that video, you can. It is in my Scrawler Box playlist. But in that video, I basically do the unboxing and create this front cover. My husband got this box for me for Christmas, and I created this really nice artwork. I said in that video that I'm not really one for sketchbooks. I tend to start them but never finish them, so I actually do have quite a few sketchbooks that are not completed, but as I got this for Christmas, it's really prompted me, challenged me, motivated me to really want to fill this sketchbook, and hopefully by the end of the year I would have completed it, and I get to show you my progress and do a sketchbook tour. I want to at least try and do a video at least once a month. I think it would be a great opportunity to sit down together, open up our sketchbooks and create art. I want it to be a fun and enjoyable experience for you guys, and hopefully you learn something and improve in your artwork, because that's exactly what I want to do. So I hope you enjoy this video series, and yeah, I'm looking forward to creating art together. So to make it a bit more interesting and challenging, I have a prompt jar. It's a mixture of art materials and prompts in this jar. I will leave a list in the description below of everything that's in here. If there's anything that you don't see that you would like to see, if you've got any ideas or suggestions, please do leave a comment down below. I would love to read them and add them to this jar. I just think this is a really fun and challenging exercise, and a good way of filling your sketchbook as well. It's a great way of learning and improving on techniques. It helps the environment by using up old art supplies, rediscovering art tools you wouldn't usually use, and improving your art and establishing an art style. So there are so many positive things when it comes to using a prompt jar and using art materials. So yeah, I think this will be a really fun and enjoyable process. So let's get cozy, grab a cup of tea, and let's make some art. So I'll pick out the prompt first. And we have mammal. Okay, so it's going to be an animal, and then we'll switch this out for the art materials. So these are all the art materials that I can work with, and here we go. Acrylic markers. I think that's a good combo to start with. So let's create some art. So I've picked out acrylic markers and I picked out mammal. Initially I thought this will be quite an easy challenge, an easy spread to do, but as I was doing my research for mammals, I didn't realise how vast that subject is. There are so many different types of animals and breeds as well, and of course humans, but yeah, I'm actually finding it quite challenging. So I think just to make it a little bit easier on myself, I'm just going to write down a few animals that maybe I've not drawn before, and maybe endangered as well, because I have an interest in endangered animals and I would like to raise awareness towards those kind of animals as well. So I'll create a list, and then from that we'll choose one and just focus on that one animal, like focus on detail and use these paint markers to create a final piece. So let's do that. Okay, so I've just written a few down. Tiger, badger here in the UK, giant pandas, blue whale, orangutans, elephants and jaguars. There's obviously many more on the list, but the ones I've picked. I have drawn a giant panda before, so I might not do that one. Yeah, an elephant. I have done an elephant before. I'm thinking maybe like the tiger or jaguar. I think that'd be quite interesting. The only like orange I have is this colour though, so I could either create a colour using the palette or just make it a bit more interesting and different. But yeah, I'm thinking the tiger or the jaguar. So yeah, let's have a look at those.
One day it's over, baby. Someday we'll find a way out. When all our strings are broken, you'll see that we could do without. When all our dreams are over, when all our hopes are dead, with this town turning colder, with all our colors bleeding red, I'll be wrinkled when the storms are hit. I'll sing you any song you wanna hear. Maybe we'll leave tomorrow, maybe we'll stay a year, maybe turn joy to sorrow, maybe you leave me here. Whatever happens when the storms are here, I'll sing you any song you wanna hear. Ooh, 'cause you turn ashes into a place to start. 'Cause you bring heartbeats back to a broken heart again, 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 again. When all our dreams are over, when all our hopes are dead, I'll always be your soldier. 'Cause you turn ashes into a place to start. 'Cause you bring heartbeats back to a broken heart. You bring heartbeats back to a broken heart again. Ooh, again.
If you could be more, if you could be all that you adore, if you could be far away from here, if you had what it takes, would you run until it breaks?
say you don't wanna get in trouble, that you're doing fine cause you got me. I don't wanna break your little bubble, but you gotta wake up to reality. Cause I can see in your eyes, your head is full of dreams. Tears are a proof of failure, you just gotta let them flow without judge. There's so many ways to be happy, you can do whatever you like, you don't have to be ready, you just gotta trust the right, don't have to be scary, you just gotta follow the light, you're able to be happy, you can do whatever you like. You don't have to be ready, you don't have to be. I see you hesitating while you're waiting, like somebody's gonna give it to you. You gotta chase it, gotta believe it, you gotta go get it for yourself. Cause I can see in your eyes, your head is full of dreams. Tears are a proof of failure, you just gotta let them flow without judge. There's so many ways to be happy, you can do whatever you like, you don't have to be ready, you just gotta trust the right, don't have to be scary, you just gotta follow the light, you're able to be happy, you can do whatever you like. You don't have to be ready, you don't have to be. You don't have to be ready, you don't have to be. You are like me, and I'm like you. You are like me, and I'm like you. There's so many ways to be happy, you can do whatever you like, you don't have to be ready, you just gotta trust the right, don't have to be scary, you just gotta follow the light, you're able to be happy, you can do whatever you like. You don't have to be ready, you don't have to be. could say anything, but it could mean everything, 'cause you said it to the right person and they needed the compliment. But isn't it sickening? You can say you're in love with them, but it won't mean anything at all. But that's not your fault. Life's funny like that. You lose one thing, get another one back. You thought you knew, but it wasn't a fact. Known them your whole life, but it was all an act. There's no meaning, but like in the best of ways, you could go 100 days without really doing anything and still have the right to say, I'm so incredible, oh yeah, I'm lovable. 'Cause it's not in the performance, no, there's nothing that you owe them. So feel no need to explain, I'll say it all again. Now you don't have to show them anything. I know it's so frustrating, can't take yourself out the equation. Can't wait longer than your own patience. Can't wait longer than your own patience. Like you're here waiting until you're not. Can't remember what you forgot. You can't take yourself out the equation. Life's funny like that. You lose one thing, get another one back. You thought you knew, but it wasn't no fact. Know them your whole life, but it was all an act. There's no meaning, but like in the best of ways, you could go 100 days without really doing anything and still have the right to say, I'm so incredible, yeah, I'm lovable. 'Cause it's not in the performance, no, feel no need to explain, I'll say it all again. Now you don't have to show them anything.
Okay, so I finished the spread in my sketchbook, and I'll just recap. I pulled out the acrylic markers and the Mammals. I wanted to just condense that down because Mammals is quite a vast subject. So I looked at endangered species and just wrote a couple down, or a few down here. And I really like the look of drawing a jaguar because I've not drawn them before, and I do tend to shy away from drawing cats. I feel like I'm not very good at it, but this is a good opportunity in your sketchbook to explore and study the form of cats and learning to draw them. So yeah, that I didn't want to shy away from that. I wanted a bit of a challenge, so that's what I did. So I focused on jaguar. I normally go on Pinterest for images and references, so that's where I mostly got my references here, but on occasion I do use Google Images as well. So I'll pick out a few images, sort of pin them to my boards. I have an art inspirational board on my Pinterest that I just pin images that I like, and then I'll choose a few from there and then sketch them out. So that's basically what I did. So I started off with this one. I just drew the front of the jaguar's head, just to loosen my wrist, get used to sketching, and just looking at the shapes and the forms, and the composition and proportion of where things are. So that's basically just to get an idea of shape and form, really. So yeah, I drew this head, and I really love how it came out. I didn't go into too much detail. It was just a a general sketch. I wouldn't say it was a quick sketch, but it was just a general sketch where a cat's leaning down into water and taking a drink. I then kind of moved on. I really loved the reference that I used for this one, the way the body contorts round, and you just see this cat licking his tush. I really liked that, so I wanted to give it a go and just try and draw that the position of the cat. And then I kind of just using one of the Posca markers, I didn't want to put colour into this because I really liked the sketch, so I just blocked a colour around, and it just makes it pop from the page. I didn't think about it at the time, and I will probably still add it, but I really like the shapes of the jaguar's spots, so I may just do a spot here with the Posca markers. I haven't done that, but I probably will. But then I moved on to this one, and I was drawing it. I really like how the jaguar is sitting, very cat-like. So yeah, I was just looking at form and composition and proportions to each other, you know. But after I sketched it, I kind of realised I don't think it was a jaguar, even though it's in my image, like my art inspirational board. I don't think it was a jaguar. I think it's a leopard, just by the shape of the head. I wanted to sort of like just find out what the difference is between a leopard and a jaguar is, and basically a leopard is covered in more solid spots and rosettes. Jaguars sport blocky rosettes with distinct internal spots. The image that I had for this one didn't have the internal spots. I did put them in, but they didn't. So I believe this is actually a leopard, not a jaguar. But when I was doing my search for jaguar, this image did come up. So I think it was just an error in search. But still, I really like the form and the drawing, and this is where I kind of incorporated the Posca markers just to get an idea of how the paint will work, and how I would like it to look. So this is kind of what I started with. There was no image of the tail, so I kind of just put that in there, but I think it looks like a jaguar, but I'm pretty sure this image here, or this illustration, is a leopard. There are other physical differences between a leopard and a jaguar. The jaguars on average are stockier and heavier than leopards, and have a distinctive blockiness to the heads, which is why I don't think this is a jaguar, just by the shape of the head. But I did it, and I really like how it came out. I did like a little tester of the paint markers that I had, just to, because this is literally all the paint markers I had, so this is only what I could work with. So I was trying to make it the best I possibly could, and yeah, I then kind of moved on to this page. I wanted to make it like a final piece, like a proper art illustration, and I sketched out the cat. I did use a reference, and this is definitely a jaguar, and when I sketched it out, I was kind of at that point, I was so happy with the sketch, I didn't want to go any further. I don't know if anyone else has the same feeling, but when you kind of sketch out something that you really like, you don't want to go any further, because you feel like you could ruin it, and that's kind of how I felt with this drawing. I really loved the drawing, and I was so worried that I was going to ruin this painting once I started painting over it, but I absolutely love how this came out. I'm really pleased with it. I love the cat just pops from the page. I tried to, as I said, like, I've only got what I've got in my arsenal of art materials and colours, so I was very limited on the colour colours that I could use, but it looks like a jaguar. I'm really happy with how it's turned out. The paper, although it is kind of folded up, the paper held up really well for this sketchbook. It's a Sea White of Brighton sketchbook, and it held up really well. I just drew in some random leaves in the back. The reference doesn't have these leaves at all. They're kind of blurred. It's like a blurred green foliage in the background, so I couldn't make out what foliage there was. So I just like drew in some random leaves and monsteras and stuff like that. So and I was thinking of having the background a lot darker, but I've decided not to, just because I think that would draw your eye to the back, not the front, which would be the cat. So I've kind of left it like that. I just coloured in the leaves, and then used this Posca pen to just create the line work. I did actually try to colour in one of the leaves with this, but because the nib is so small, it would have taken me a lifetime to colour it in, and it wouldn't have looked good. So I decided to use this as a liner more than colouring in. But yeah, I really love how this came out. It really does pop on the page, and I don't think I ruined the sketch at all. I don't think I got all the proportions and the composition right. Again, the illustration didn't show the tail, so I put that in there. I looked at other references to get an idea of how the tail should look, so I just put that in there. But yeah, I'm really happy with this whole sketch spread. So I hope you like it too. Let me know what was your favourite, yeah, I will do another sketchbook spread next month, and now that I can post on Instagram, or I can post on Instagram, but on YouTube, thank you to everyone for subscribing to me. I'm now over 400 subscribers, and I can now post on YouTube. I am really grateful, so thank you so much for everyone that has subscribed to me. I really do appreciate it, and I will keep you updated on the next sketchbook spread, and hopefully we can do a poll and I can get your input of what you would like to see next. So I hope you enjoyed this process and you joined in with me. But for now, please do give me a like, share and a subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Take care. Bye.